What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Today I wanted to talk about the book that set off my Star Wars obsession. Again, I used to be all about Star Wars, but not like a super fan or nothing. But I read a few of the books off and on, just in no random order over the years, maybe like 5 total, over a course of almost 40 years. But then I finally decided, you know what, I want to jump into the expanded universe, and I want to jump into the nostalgia side and read the Legends stuff first. So I picked up the Thrawn trilogy. I picked up a bunch, but I started with the Thrawn trilogy, and I'm so glad that I did because honestly, honestly, this book has definitely. I won't call this Thrawn trilogy my favorite, but I will say Timothy Zahn's writing is so superb and so smooth that I can read it so easily and quickly. And honestly, to these books should have been the sequels we got in the 90s. Even though I love the prequels and I love the sequel trilogy that, came out over the last decade, but give us an animated series or something of these books. I'm finishing up book 3 tonight. This is book 1 of the trilogy. I'm finishing up book 3, and I've just had a blast through all 3 of them. They're so good. So this series introduces Thrawn. He's a military genius, and it brings the whole old gang back together. You got Luke, Leia, Chewie, Han, Lando, 3PO, R2D2. They're all there. You get introduced to a new character. She used to be they call them Dark Jedis in this book, but I'm assuming that just means Sith. But I don't know. To correct me if I'm wrong. So you get introduced to Mara Jade. But this book was released. Timothy Zahn did a great job. And let me just a little background. This book was released in 1991, about 8 years after Return of the Jedi. And at the time, Star Wars was quiet. There wasn't really nothing going on. These could have been made into movies in the 90s for sure. Timothy Zahn wrote quite a bit of Star Wars books, and from what I hear, there's a list of all the Star Wars books he's written. This Thrawn trilogy is like pretty much number 1 among most of the fans. I have seen a couple of YouTubers say they didn't like it that much. I don't know, they're crazy. I loved it, but like I said, I can't call it my favorite because I'm only 3 books into the expanded universe, so I got a long way to go. I'm planning to read at least 81 by next December. I know that's an odd number, but that's my goal. And I'm basically reading everything after Return of the Jedi and on till I get to the final book of the Legends format, what's called Crucible. So none of these books are canon now. They have a whole new line of books that I guess Disney's done that are canon. So, but if you want to jump right in after Return of the Jedi and you want something that should have been and could have been, I would say you jump into the Thrawn trilogy and check it out. I can't say enough about what this book does. Thrawn is such a unique character because he's not like Vader. Somebody messed up Vader, they're dead. He's force choking them. But Thrawn is different. He's more about basically keeping his resources, and he's playing the long game. He's not going in, for the entire kill at once. He's playing the long game. And then at the same time, you have Luke. He's still trying to figure out what to do to be the best Jedi that he could be, and best, like the person that he's trying to be. And so he's having a lot of inner conflict himself. And then you get Han and Leia. Leia's pregnant with their twins in the start of the book. And so you're dealing with they're trying to navigate politics and the government, and Han's trying to get used to that life with Leia. And then you have the new characters coming in, Tarlon Card, and he's a smuggler. Basically, he's like your Han character that you used to have, because Han's different now. And then you have the new character, which I'll admit I do not like her that much at all yet. Maybe this 3rd book's going to change my mind by the end, or her appearances in later books. I'm assuming she keeps going. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of relationship evolved between her and Luke. But Mara Jade is an annoying character, and I've had a hard time with her in the so far in the series. But like I said, I'm halfway done with Last Command. So Mara Jade's conflict is she used to be the right hand of the Emperor, Vader's master, and but she lost all that because of Luke and Return of the Jedi. I mean, you don't see her there, but she's there when they take down Jabba. But so she has a lot of resentment to Luke, but at the same time, she can't bring herself to do what she's hearing in her head, but she's thinking it's herself. She wants to kill Luke Skywalker, but she can't do it. And then the other character you have, the Dark Jedi that's coming in, Master Sabath. I want to say it's Sabath, and he's a clone of an older Jedi from way back, and his character's kind of lame too. So I'm hoping the last bit of the third book in the trilogy, we see what he's all about, and if there's other Sith or Dark Jedi that are going to be introduced right at the end as you continue on to the Jedi Academy trilogy, I believe it is. I think there's an X-Wing book in between the two trilogies, but I already ordered the Jedi Academy trilogy too, so I'm just set. I'm gonna try to read like 6 Star Wars books per month. But the character development Zahn goes through, in my opinion, is amazing. Like, you really feel all the characters and what they go through. Even their minor characters, you get a little bit with them. So I can't say enough. It's a 10 out of 10. No matter what becomes my favorite in the Star Wars expanded universe, this book right here alone, even above 2 and 3, which just get better and better as you read, but this one stirred up my love for Star Wars again. I want to get caught up on all the shows. I've let it go when Disney pulled it over because I wasn't into it, but I could look past some of the weird stuff they've done over the years and just enjoy Star Wars for Star Wars, as we should. And these books really have intrigued me to expand, my mindset a little bit. There's still some things, if it happens in the shows, I'm not going to do, or like when I get to the canon books in a few years, I'm not going to deal with. I just won't read the book. But these books, as far as the Legends format goes, like I said, I'm on book 3, and it's been amazing. Thrawn is actually growing on me, so he's a unique bad guy. That's for sure. He's definitely something different. So I would say read it. It's definitely an authentic continuation of the original trilogy. It definitely flows together. The characters are unique and the storytelling is strong. If you're familiar with the Disney version of Thrawn, I am not. We started, I think it's Ahsoka where he comes in. This book kind of gives a little bit of a background of his legend, and I know they redid his books later on to make it canon. So this Thrawn, I would say, isn't canon with Disney, but 10 out of 10. I love this book. I love Timothy Zahn. I have a standalone novel he did outside of Star Wars coming, and I have the beginning of his Cobra series, and I can't wait to get to them over the next few months. It's an amazing book. I mean, it's perfect. So give it a read. That's it for the video. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Later.